Man. All right, so what's going on, tube? How y'all feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? So this live is going to be all about how to use your job to get rich. Okay. Now, it's been what, like 4 years now since I've worked for a employer, and this is what I wish that I have would have known that would have helped me get rich faster if I had done these things properly. Okay, so the first thing is that a lot of the times what people are doing is they look at the job the wrong way. Your job is the exact thing that you need to get rich because your job already gives you those entrepreneurial nuggets. It trains you on systems, it trains you on processes, it trains you on operations, it trains you on structure, it trains you on showing up and being on time. It trains you on these things, and these are the exact same things that you're going to need as you grow in entrepreneurship, that are going to transfer over into a successful business. You're going to need to show up for your clients. You're going to need to show up for your customers. You're going to be able to have to deliver your products. And so don't look at the job right now as the job can't do what it takes to get me there, because the job is equipping you with those things to get rich. The biggest mistake that and I don't know if this is the first time I've said it, but the biggest mistake that I made when I started my entrepreneurial journey was I basically got up and said I was done. And I'm not saying everybody has to pick what's for them, but you can literally use your job and what your job teaches you, the expertise that it teaches you, to make money. Now, how would is that even possible, Jarrell? So what you want to take from it is like right now, if you do like human resources, or you do some sort of operations, or let's say you're like an event planner, because one of my close friends, she's an event planner, right? And you can take that very same information on how to be an event planner, um, how to be an HR specialist, and you can teach others or implement those systems and strategies. I apologize, we by the airport. We You can use those systems and strategies to to sell to other people. So like right now, you're like, well, how am I going to make money? Maybe I gotta start this event space business, or maybe I gotta do car rentals, or maybe I gotta do Airbnb. And man, these things are hard to get into. Event spaces, I gotta have all this capital, I gotta have all this income. Um, Car rentals, I gotta have a car. I'm not comfortable with it. Airbnbs, a lot of people ain't doing Airbnb. They're not letting you do the Airbnb property. But what about your knowledge? What about what you already know how to do? Because your job is literally teaching you systems, is literally teaching you operations, is giving you the framework to be successful, but it's your perspective that's holding you back. So if you're in HR right now and you understand the hiring process, you can create a digital book or an audio book or a workbook or a training, and you can sell that because that's what you know. And this is how you would pitch it to people, by telling them, hey, I've been in HR, I'm an HR, I'm an HR manager or whatever, and I've been in HR, worked in HR for the last 10 years, so I can teach you how to hire in your company. Because what is a business? A real business. It is a company. You have to take out of your thought process that your business is a small business. I hate that small business term, or small business, um like kind of like box that they try to put you in. Take the information that you learn from your job and sell that information to people, because you are an expert at your craft, especially if you're in a managerial space, especially if you're in operations, especially if you work in a position that's very niche off, like an event planner, or you're a fitness instructor, or you're just a regular manager, or you work in sales. You can create you can create a business from what you already know. And you don't have to get out here and start an event space business. You don't necessarily have to get out here and start a real estate business. You don't have to get out here and do Airbnb. You don't have to get out here and do any of these things. You can take the information that you already know, that you've learned from your job, and it can turn into digital Wi-Fi money for you. Because right now we're in the internet age, we're in the age, the information age, we're in the age where people are purchasing information at a high clip, and you can stay at your job, make income from your job, and make additional income from the knowledge that your job is teaching you. Now, I can't give you legal advice because some jobs they make you sign like non-compete clauses and things like that. So you got to watch out for those things. But if I had a known about, I want to say, um, when I was my last position was at a mattress company, was at mattress firm. There was a guy that told me, he said, Jarrell, you should sell mattresses. And I was like, no, I want to get out of it. I just was so in a rush to get away from mattresses, right? But if I had a knew what I knew now, I probably would have took him. I probably would have did went that route and opened up a mattress store. Why? Because I already knew the systems. I already knew the processes. I already knew exactly what it take. I already knew what the pain points were for someone looking for a bed. That's what you need in order to sell something. So you already know the challenges as a hiring manager, as an event planner, or as an event space owner of what a person is dealing with. You already know the challenges based on what you do. As a manager, you know the challenges that people are facing already. So now, since you know the challenges, you know the pain points, you can then create and sell them the solution. The solution is what's going to help you make the money. So if you're not solving a big enough problem, you're not going to make any money. But it is a problem that business owners face. They don't know how to hire. A lot of business owners don't know how to hire. And you're sitting there, a HR manager, and you interview and you hire people. You're sitting there as a sales person. You've been in sales. You're sitting there and maybe you already work at the car rental place and you know how the system works. You're sitting there and you write code, and you're not teaching a coding boot camp, right? You're sitting there and you, I don't know, maybe you work in stocks, and you work with stocks, or you work with in finance, and you're not teaching people how to be more financially responsible. You're thinking that I have to go out and get this shiny object, right? And I'm not knocking event spaces at all. And I don't want that to be thought. And I'm not knocking Airbnb, and I'm not knocking Turo. But I all too often I hear and I see people saying, I can't start a business because I don't know what to teach. Well, use the information that you already know from your job, because that information will make you rich. For instance, the example, real estate school, it wasn't a job, but real estate school taught me real estate. I use that now to help people get event spaces, right? My sales jobs taught me sales, taught me how to overcome objections. I use that now if I have to sell a higher ticketed item, product, or service. My manager positions taught me how to craft emails constructively and taught me how to diffuse situations. I know how to then identify a person's problem and provide a solution. Take what you already know. We're going to wait till this plane pass. Take what you already know and use that to increase your current income. That's all we got to do. Our current income, what you already know, teach what you know. So all that I've been doing the last few years is teaching and showing what I know. And instead of me coming out here and I'm trying to learn this new skill to teach people, I just teach what I know, which is like 100% what I do. Like right now with one of my newest things, like I teach what I know. And it for 50 cents a day, you can come in and you can learn about event spaces. You can learn about how to sell digital products, how to create your offer, how to make 10K per month, how to market, how to sell for 50 cents a day in my new community called the Readypreneur. I'm not teaching anything new. I'm just teaching what I know for 50 cents a day, right? So I want you to take what you already know how to do and turn it into something. You don't have to necessarily join a high ticket program because you already know how to do this stuff. Now, granted, if you don't know how to get an event space, you may need to go get the help, or you may need to just keep watching, the YouTube videos, my channel, other people's channels, whatever the case may be, right? If you don't know how to start your carbon business, like I would recommend, like maybe coming inside the Readypreneur. If you don't know how to sell digital products, I would recommend watching my YouTube channel, and maybe, you know what I'm saying? You what you don't know, you have to go seek out that training for it. But right now you're sitting on a gold mine of information because you've been at you especially if you've been at your company and you have 5+ years, you've learned the ins, the outs. You know how to deal with people, you know how to deal with customer service. So transitioning that, let's just say George Real, what about the people that ain't working? Or the people that are like, no, I'm in a position, I work my position, but I don't want to teach what I know in my position. Do you got kids? Oh, you got kids. Why haven't you created do you remember the struggles that you had? Because my mom tells me all the time the struggles of being a new mom. Do you remember that she went through with me? Do you remember the struggles that you went through as a new parent? Why is it that you haven't put together an outline helping new parents? Business is simple. We complicate what it is. Making money in 2024 is very simple. There's no need to complicate the process at all. Now, if you still in watching this video, this is going to turn into a full-on masterclass of exactly what you need to do once you get out there and you create that digital product or service. And the folks that don't watch this or skip out, skipped out is gonna miss out. You skip out, you miss out. That's it. So if you have, once you craft what you're gonna do, let's go with what we're talking about now. The parents, mother, father, or couple, whatever, however you want to do it, that are going to help new and expecting parents, right? So you're going to help new and expecting parents get through the process of like that first 6 months to a year of with the child, that I heard from my mom, which are the most difficult because you just don't know what to do. So you're going to help them with that. So the first thing that we're going to do is identify their problem. So you're going to make something what's called like a 5 guys post. I want to help 5 new and expecting moms or parents or wherever, however you want to frame it, based on who you are. So if you're a mother, I want to help 5 new moms or expecting moms with the transition into motherhood. I have, 2 kids, and you're going to outline. It was tougher for me, and I got through it. And it was maybe it was a lot easier for you with your second child. So I want to help new and expecting moms avoid some of the motherly mistakes that I made. And how is that transfer? And why do you think people would buy that, or why would they invest in something like that? Well, first, we're not even going to sell it right off bat. What we're going to do is we're going to give it away for free, and we're going to teach the information for free because we want to get testimonials. Now, the key with this particular business model is that we want the mother that just had the baby, right? Or we want the mother that's expecting the baby in the next 30 days or so, because now you've niched your audience down, and you're going after the people that are going to be attracted to your content, that's going to sell your products or services. They're very specific. So every time you start your videos, your content is going to look like the moms that are new moms that are expecting in the next 30 days XYZ, or moms that recently have their you recently had your bundle of joy, in the last 30 to 60 days. You want to watch this. And the more you state that at the beginning of your videos, the more the algorithm is going to place you in front of those people, because those people are going to, you call them out. Now I know I don't need to watch this video, or I'm watching it because maybe my sister is about to have a baby. I'm watching it because maybe my wife is about to have a baby. Maybe my aunt is about to have a baby. Maybe my cousin is about to have a baby. So I'm sending them to this channel because they were telling me that they were worried or they were concerned, right? And these people are watching your content. So the call to action that you're going to give about your specific product or service, you're going to say, I want to help At the end of your video or midway through your video, or even at the beginning of the video, maybe you have a commercial in there and it says, hey, so you're watching this video, hey mom, you're watching this video and you have your baby in your hand, right? And if you want to show your baby, if you don't, that's cool. But and you let them know, like, look, I'm helping 5 moms start X, Y, and Z. I want that to be you, and this is what it, and break down what it looks like. And maybe this is just a community group with five people. It'll be a total of 6 of y'all. Y'all come together and y'all just talk, and you talk about what motherhood looks like, and how not to, like, whatever the case may be, whatever the struggles are that you went through. You help solve their problems, solve the things that they've already came up with in their head of how it's going to be hard and it's going to be tough, especially if they don't necessarily have the best support system. Let's give another example. If you're in shape right now, you watching this and you in the best shape of your life, the best shape of your life at your current age. It's key. The age is key. I'm helping people in the age range give a 3 to 6 year gap from 3 years before you to 3 years after you. So give that gap. So for me, it'd be, I'm helping people in between in the ages of 30 and 40 get in the best shape of their life. That's like the range that I would give, right? As an example. From this example, getting the best shape of your life, I went through X, Y, and Z. I'm helping the next 5 people do that reach out to me. That's your 5 guys post. That's the number one thing. That's the 5 guys post. Okay. Next in the post that you give, the next thing in your 5 guys post is, after you do that, you have to have a form in which a way for them to contact you. Now, you may not want to give them your phone number, so you may just sign up for like a quick Google Voice, and you may just say, hey, text this number, text XYZ to this. So you may just say, like, text wait to blah 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 blah, whatever the number is. And then for moms, text baby to blah blah blah, whatever the phone number is. Sit down, Logan. So then once you do that, everything that comes through to that phone number, now you know that, okay, well, they just text me this number that tells me that they're interested. Now you just engage with them, ask them where they are in the process. These are the questions that you want to ask people when you're about to help them transition, take them from where they are to where they want to be. Where are you at? What have you tried? And what have you tried? What haven't you tried? What's working and what's not working? Now, this is not always going to be as simplistic for every industry, because if they're a new mom, for instance, an example that I just gave, they haven't tried anything because they're new to it, right? 100%. But if they've tried fitness, if for the fitness industry, right, these questions can apply 100%. And for the mom, somewhat, but not 100% like the fitness. So it's like, well, what have you tried? Well, I tried this weight loss program, it didn't work. I tried this program, it didn't work. Well, where are you at in the process right now? Well, I'm about 20 pounds heavier than I want to be. And where are you trying to go? Well, after I lose those 20 pounds, I'm trying to lose it because I'm going to a wedding, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Okay, cool. So once you've identified these things, you're going to proceed to help the people get the result that they desire. The reason that you do the 5 guys post is because if you're starting this new online business, right, and you and all off of what you already know, and you do the 5 guys post to get testimonials. So you're going to be helping these 5 people for free, 100% for free. And you're going to get a testimonial for them, and you're going to explain to them that I'm helping you for free in exchange for a testimonial. Now, when I first started coaching people, I've been coaching people my whole life, and from one degree to the next, like on certain things, be from the workplace. And this is why I say, like, if you're a manager in the workplace, you'd be a great coach because you're already in a coaching style position. This is why teaching what you know is imperative. You don't always have to start the glossy businesses, the glamorous businesses, the event spaces, the Airbnbs, the car rentals. Like, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars coaching. You can make millions coaching. You can make millions off of what you know. You can turn your ideas into 10K per month. So, and your ideas being what you're already doing. So after you do the five gas posts, we given the information away for free. We get the testimonials. You're going to then start posting these testimonials, and you're going to do another five gas post. And the question that you're going to ask people that's different from the last time is, the last question is, well, what is it worth to you to, like where are you at? Like how soon do you want to make a transformation? What is it worth to you to make that transformation in let's just say they want to lose the weight in 60 days? Well, what would you why what programs have you paid? Would you pay, XYZ to lose the weight in 60 days? So you get a feel for where they're willing to pay and how much they're willing to pay, because then now you know what you're going to charge. And all of this time, you're just gathering details and getting research. You're conducting research on what you need to charge, who your target audience is, what their pain points are, where they really want to be at, because we think that we know what people desire in life until we actually ask them questions. You can't just go off of what you assume. I don't want to do assumptions when I'm running a business. I want to go off real data. And you have to ask questions in order to get real data. You don't know from an event space perspective, you don't know what people want in an event space without asking the people in that area. From a coaching and consulting perspective, you don't know what people's pain points are without asking them. You can't solve a person's problems unless you ask them questions about their problems. And most of the time, what they believe, what you may assume the problem is probably not the problem. A person that thinks that they need to hire more people to make more money, their problem may not be their staff. Their problem may be they're not following up with their current clients that they have. They're not sending an extra email. They're not sending a text message. So your job, if you're stepping into a digital space of coaching and consulting, your job is and will be then to identify what the problem is and provide a solution to that as their coach or their consultant. So I talk a lot more about starting a six-figure coaching business like for 50 cents a day inside of my community, the Redditpreneur. And I'm gonna drop the link down below, but I'm gonna keep going with this too, because I want to give you like what you need. Like, I don't want you spent 22 minutes with me. You 22 minutes in now. I want you to have what you need, because this, like, again, you skip it. Those who skip out, they miss out. You skip it, you're gonna miss out on the information, the value. So the second five gas post that we're on, that's the one that we're going to use to make money. Now, people will probably be willing to pay you, especially if you're in one of these top three niches. If you're in health, wealth, or relationships, any business that you start, you want it to be centered around those things, especially when we start talking about making money online. In order to make money online, you want to be in any of these fields: health, wealth, and relationship. That's where we got to be at. So relationships, it's a big one. What do people want out of their relationships? Where they want to fix them, they want to improve them, they want this, they want love, they want this, they want that. What do people want out of health? They want better health. They want to eat cleaner. They want to lose weight. They want to look more fit. Wealth. What do people want? They want to make more money. They want to be more financially responsible. They want to have more money saved. Like, you want to focus on those three things once you start teaching what you know. Once you turn your ideas into income, you want to be in one of those three. Now, I'm going to also drop 100 digital product and service ideas for you, so you don't have to think about what you need to do. And these are proven ideas that actually work. So I'm going to drop a link below under this video to 100 plus digital product ideas, so you can just download those ideas for free 100%. You 23 minutes in, and I didn't mention this before. So if you want to get these 100 ideas, like you didn't skip out, so you're not going to miss out. So I'm going to drop that down below, as well as like everything else that I feel is needed. Okay, so we made the secondaries five gas post, and we're about to get the first person to pay us. If you're in the fitness industry and you're getting that person to pay you, once you pitch your price on any product or service, Do not continue talking. This is a mistake that I see a lot of people make, and the reason why people don't get bookings, the reason why people don't make sales, the reason why they don't sell their products. If you're on the phone talking to a person, or if you're talking to them face to face, if you're doing a showing for your event space, or if you're telling somebody about if you're a real estate agent and you're telling somebody about a crib, and or whatever the case may be, if you're in sales and you're pitching the price, after you pitch the price, you shut your mouth. Like, just be quiet. Pitch and be quiet. Pitch and be quiet. That's it. Pitch and be quiet. So once you do that, you put the ball in the court of the client, the prospective client, the customer, and you let them decide what it is, because their response is going to tell you everything that you need to know in order how to proceed next. So if a person says, oh my God, you pitched them the price for, let's go with the fitness model. You pitched them the price of well, I can help you, I have a 90-day weight loss program, right? And in 90 days that program is, let's say it's $1,500, right? And not for 90 days, right? This is just an example. They say, oh my God, that's too much. And you can use this exact same example for event spaces. You can use it for whatever you're selling, because I want to see you make it in sales. But this is about using what you already know to make money. This is not solely about event spaces. So if you're watching this now on the live and you think we just talking event spaces, I'm really not even talking about that. I'm talking about how you turn what you know into 10K per month, how you use your job to make extra income, because your job is giving you already the skill sets. So getting back to it, if you tell somebody your program for 3 months is $1,500 in weight loss, and they're going to automatically, and they say, man, I didn't think it was going to be that much. You agree with them. You tell them, I completely understand, because you have to acknowledge a person's feelings. Feeling that something is overpriced, you got to acknowledge that. Like, I feel you. I apologize. Like, I can completely understand that you thought that this was going to be this. Then you ask them, then you go back to the information that you gathered, that information being, well, and again, remember, you can apply this to, even though I'm not talking about event space, you can apply the same method to your packages. Your package prices are the same thing. You telling them it's $2,000 for a package, and then they walk out the door. They like, oh, I ain't think it was going to be that much. Okay, well, you follow these steps then. This is how you overcome objections in sales and make your money. If you want to make money in your business, you have to be able to overcome objections. So you're going to ask them, well, you acknowledge. So after I've acknowledged what it is, then you're going to ask them, well, what do you think is what do you think is like is like fair? Like, what do you think the going rate is to, and then you establish the pain points. So we're talking fitness. So what do you think the going rate is to get someone to walk you through losing weight step by step, creating your diet plan for them? Because now you're reinforcing all the work that comes with it, but not in a bad way. And not in a don't be an ass about it, right? Don't be an a-hole about it. You're just explaining, you're reinforcing the pain points that they said that they already went through. So like if I'm selling a party, I'm gonna say like, well, I completely understand that the package price, but you said but you want your dream package, right? Yeah. Okay, so you want the dream package that comes with this, and this. And they're like, well, yeah, I want all that stuff. Okay, well, the package price is this. But what did you think it was going to be? The reason that we asked them what they think that the product price should be, or the coaching service should be, or the fee should be, is because you now get the perspective of the customer in terms of how much they value the transformation to be. So if they say, well, I mean, I thought it was going to be like around, for fitness, if they say like, I thought it was going to be around like $1,000, now you kind of know where they're at. So then after they give you that answer, then you say, okay, I understand. So are you saying that if there was a product or a service out there that was $1,000 that could get you XYZ result, you would start today? Well, yes. So what the goal of asking that question is to get them to commit. And you would do the same thing with your event space. You would say, Well, if the package or service was, if you told them it was 2,000 and they said, well, I thought it was going to be about 1,500 or about 15, like 1,800. So you're saying if it was, and you always take the higher price. So you're saying if it was 1,800, you would go ahead and book it now. Well, probably so. So is there any other reason? And so after you get them to confirm that, you want to ask again. So if there's a way that we can figure something out with this price, is would you go ahead and start today? Yes. So now we got 2 yeses from them. We want to go for a third yes though. You can ask them something like, well, is there any reason that if we get it down to this price for you, if I can figure out something with this price, that you wouldn't start today? Well, no. Well, no, there's no reason. There's no reason why. All right, cool. So give me a second. And what I recommend that you do, especially if you run an event space and you run it and it's like kind of like family owned, I would say give me a second, let me call. And we used to do this at corporations will do this, jobs will do this. They'll do what's called an authority call. And so they'll say they're gonna call a manager to get the approval. What that does is it takes the weight off of you from the customer's perspective. Now it's not on you to give the discount. So they're like, well, you're not the decision maker, so I can't necessarily hold you accountable. So if you do go through the extra mile for me, I probably should go ahead and buy. So if you run an event space and it's multiple people that help you run it, you say, well, hey, look, let me call my wife or let me call my husband real quick, and then let's see if we can potentially do this. Or let me call my event planner, let's see if we can get this discount going, right? Or let's see if we can get you some savings on this package. So you get on the phone, ring, 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 and you should actually make a real call. Okay. You get on the phone, call right there in front of the prospect, and you say, um, um, hey, so we got, Cynthia in the space, or we got Cynthia on the phone, and Cynthia wants to do the weight loss package, or Cynthia wants to do our deluxe venue package, with the, yeah, the one with the, the velvety linen cloths and all this, that, and the third, the works, right? You do this authority call. Is there any way that we can get Cynthia some savings on this package? Or is there any way that we can, reduce this package? You get your authority call in, you get them to say yes. Now, if I'm you, I'm doing this authority call on speaker, but the person that you do the authority call with, they have to understand that's what you're doing, an authority call, right? Once they say yes, once they say yes, if it's on speaker and they hear the person say, Cynthia's budget is like her max budget is like 1,800, and then you can reinforce it and say like, look, we don't want Cynthia to spend all of her money. We want to have something left, right? So like, what do you think we can do? And then let that person that's on the other end of the phone answer that by saying something like, let that person answer that by saying something like, well, yeah, we can probably do we can do like 1,700 or whatever. All right, cool. Get off the phone. Cynthia now knows you can do 1,700 from the event space perspective. Cynthia now knows that you can do, maybe 1,200 from a weight loss program perspective. Now the ball is in their court. Well, hey, you just heard, so and so say we can do this. So you ready to sign up today, right? Because they already agreed that if you work out a price for them, they've already confirmed it, that they've already gave you those micro commitments. So this is a sales process and how you go through it so you can make money with a coaching business, with your events-based business, with any product or service that you sell to people direct to consumer, or even B2B, business to business. So if I'm consulting a business, this is the same, it's pretty much the same kind of concept that I would do if I went to a corporation and they asked for my like they reached out for my marketing service or consulting services. Like, so when I help venue owners scale their venue, this is what I do. I walk them through the same process. I need you to get committed on the phone. And I'm letting you know this because it's just like, I mean, this is what it is. Like, everybody ain't gonna listen to this video, but the person that's on this live right now listening, or the person that's 34 minutes in listening, they're gonna take these nuggets and they're gonna be good. And this is what has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And And I want to clear this up, clear the air on this. Making money, it ain't always about making hundreds of thousands or making millions of dollars. If you make $100 extra a month, that may not cover all your bills, and that's cool, but it may cover your gas for a week. So you're $100 richer. If you make an extra 500, I want people to start being more grateful. And I apologize if I've ever put like weight and pressure, but I feel like I'm tired of the online pressure of you got to make all this money for it to be something. It's just like, no, like you may just need an extra $500 a month to cover the groceries. You may need you may need something just to cover your rent. So now you can save that $1,000 for your rent or that $2,000 for your mortgage. You might only need an extra 5K a month because you want all your expenses. Like whatever it is that you need, be content, like, and not content, but go after what you need and not what people tell you you should be making. Oh, you ain't make you're not a real person in the world if you don't make 100K a year. That's foolishness, because where you're at in your life may not require you to make 100K a year, right? It may only require you to make a cool 75,000 a year, and you may only be shooting for that, and it's okay. So don't let someone else's opinions deter you or get you down or keep you from starting this business, because that's oftentimes what's happened. You haven't started your digital business, your online coaching business, or your event-based business, or your Airbnb's business, or this business, because in your head you can't fathom potentially making 10K in a month, because right now maybe you don't make that. Right now maybe you only make $4,000 a month. Right now maybe you only make 5K a month. So you think, how in the hell am I going to double my income and start this business that I've never done before? It doesn't click to you. So now you're thinking you already like in a mood that like, oh, this can't be done. It's impossible. So you never do it because you think that this is the standard of what you have to do, but you set your own standards. That's why, like with my online community, I'm not putting no pressure on nobody. The Readypreneur is all about helping people make an extra $500 per month to $10,000 per month. And the Readypreneur is only $14 per month. So if you sign up for the Readypreneur, that's what my focus is for you. If you want to make, and even if you want to make, it's really from just making money, period. So it's really how to make anything over $0 to $10,000 per month. Whatever the number that you need extra, that's where my focus is, because I don't want you to, again, have all of this anxiety about, I got to make 10K a month, because 10K a month to some people is easy based off what you're selling, and to some people it's not. With my event space program, I don't put all this pressure on people to make 10K a month. I say, hey, look, we can get you to the 10K marker, and this is what it's going to take. Because I've had people that made 10K, I have people that make 5K, I have people that make 40K, I got people that make 50K, I got people that make more than that, right? But I can't put those pressures on you, because it's up to you what you're going to do. So your level of work your income is going to reflect the level of work and the systems and things that you put in. Your income is going to 100% reflect that. So if you know that you only need $1,000 a month, okay, do the work for $1,000 a month. You don't like, I'm at the point with like showing up in terms of like content where it's like, I don't want to, I've never been a type that I want to do the song and dance on like the Instagrams and Facebooks. So like, I show up on YouTube when I feel like it, because my business is not 100% based on content. My business is heavily focused on my list. I utilize my list to make my money. So we got over how we overcome the objections now. I'm sorry for the rant, but you're about 40 minutes in. Congratulations to you. Shout out to you. Remember, you can get 100 free digital product coaching and consulting online business ideas by clicking the link down below. You can enroll in the Readypreneur. You get 7 free gifts today when you join the Readypreneur. 7 free gifts today, including my 30K and 90 days blueprint. So how to make $10,000 per month. You get 7 free. That's one of the 7 free gifts that you're going to get when you join the Readypreneur. And I got funding gifts in there for your credit, things like that. So the Readypreneur is great for people. It doesn't matter what the business is that you want to start, because we're teaching everything in there. It's not just a community, but it is a space for you to get coached and without paying a high ticket coaching product, without getting on a sales call, you can get coaching from me and other experts for 50 cents a day. And it's not going to always be at that price. So if you watch this video later and you see it's went up to, $25 or $28 or whatever the case may be, well, you missed it at that price, but it's going to just continue to go up, right? So the people that are getting it as we're in the beta/launch phase of it at the $14 per month, the people that buy it for $14 a month, clicking this link below this video, and if it's still 14, like, you winning because you're going to get premium access. Like, I didn't put an event space course in there. It's the last event space course you'll ever need. I put a coaching. This morning I shot a six-figure coaching business course, and put it in there. I have how you get up to 100K in funding. Like, it's all sorts of stuff in there. Plus, we're going to be coaching. We're going to be doing Q&A, live trainings, and in-person events. And only where you're going to get access to all this stuff is by being a member. And it's 50 cents a day, $14 a month, right now. Okay, right now. If you see it for more than that, I would still join if I was you. But after that, after you say you ask the person for the price, it's their job to then say whether or not they want the thing. Do they want the thing? Yes or no? You told them it's I think for Cynthia we said 1,200 for fitness, and then for event spaces we said 1,700. Now it's in their field. Now, an easy sale for you would be they just whip out the card, or they click the link and then they book, right? And then they pay. If a person still says that, well, I have to go and talk to my person, my spouse or whatever, that is just another objection. And then how you address that, because it's 4 different types of objection. Now, I'm not going to go into all of them because I can't go into, because we'll be here too long. I didn't intend to be here for 40 plus minutes, but it's all good. That's just another objection. So all you're going to ask them is, if they say that they got to talk to their spouse, you just ask them like, okay, well, if your spouse were here, what would your spouse have a problem with? Well, my spouse would probably have a problem with the price. So most objections always fall back to the price. Excuse me, Logan. Telling my dog to like get back. And you see my other dog on the inside. They don't know how to play with each other. They pause. They don't know how to be two dogs that coexist. They be always trying to scrap. They're 2 males. So the next piece is so what we're going to do, if it's a price objection and that person says, well, and I'm sorry, you can just go, honestly, you can go to thereadypreneur.com, and then you can go to readypreneur.com/home, and it'll take you right to the site. And if you're watching this video right now, and you watching it through and you're like, man, look, I'm trying to get on it right now, you can do that. So what you want to do is, if they say that the price is still too much and they got to ask their spouse, all you're asking them is what would their spouse object to, and they bring it back to price, well, they probably wouldn't like the price. Okay, so we know it's a price objection. Okay, so it's still about the money. So then you can ask them something like, well, what do you think your spouse would think is fair? You just restart from where we started at. What do you think your spouse would think is fair? Well, they would think X, Y, and Z. Okay, cool. But they've already agreed to that. If you worked on it, this is what they would do. So it's like, so then you're asking them and telling them like, well, is it more so a thing of, is it the fact that you think that it's an all-in-one cost, or would your spouse be cool paying this price? Well, they would be cool paying the price. It's just they wouldn't be cool with me paying it all at once. All right, cool. So from an event space perspective, you're gonna take that book and you're gonna take it and you're gonna ask them for 50% down. That's what I like to do, 50% down or 30% down, right? From a coaching and consultant space, it's the same thing. You ask them for 50% down. If people do payment plans with you, some people increase the rates. I have mixed feelings about it. I I don't always increase the rates if they do a payment plan. So like if I didn't start out and say like, hey, look, if you pay today it's this price, but if you pay over time, it's more. If I didn't start out like that, then I typically won't increase the rates. Reason being is because it's just not fair. But if I did start out, if I did have the two separate prices, the reason that the payment plan is always more, and you want your payment plan, if you do a payment plan, you want it to be 20% more than a PIF, which is a pay in full, because the payment plan is it comes with more risk to you because they can get the payment plan, get the information, skip out on paying you the rest, and they can dispute the charge. So, and that's where like having your terms and conditions and all these things in place, that's where it it that's where why it's important. So the next piece to this is like, okay, well, you tell them about the payment plan, and then you say, okay, cool. Well, is there any other reason if you go back to the drawing board? Is there any other reason if I get you on this payment plan that you wouldn't take it? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get you on a payment plan. What's the credit card that we're gonna use? And then you book them. You get the payment. It's that like that's the process. That's your sales process. That's what you're going to encounter. The other objections that you're going to encounter, like I speak more about objections. Like I got an objections class coming up, and I do one regularly inside the Readypreneur. So, but that's where I'm detailing giving you how to overcome the objections for all four objection types, because it's four different objection types. We only cover two. We cover price and we cover spouse. But that's the breakdown in which how you can use your job. You can utilize what you already know from your job. You can utilize what you already know, the skill sets that you already have to generate income. That's what you do. Use what you know to increase your current income. Okay. So peace and blessings. I will see you in the next live, and I will see you in my next episode that I drop. Oh yeah, before I forget, still going, right? Don't forget 100 free, 100% free business ideas by clicking the link down below. And then right now, depending on when you're watching this, I'll take a look just to see if I was you. The Readypreneur is only 50 cents per day, and you get 7 free gifts when you join. Peace and blessings.